that defense, and then no Jalen Petrie. So 2 huge losses on the defense for the Texans.
Flip of the coin, Houston won. They deferred. Here comes Washington, who had it in the back. With the 1st and 10. H.N. out of the backfield with a beat on him. Nice tackle, Stinger.
And a tackle for a loss. Last week, you see all those weapons he has at his disposal. Last week was one of their biggest weeks.
H.N. 2nd and 13. 3rd and 7. Blocking is there from Paul. Outside. Washington's got the 1st down with the dive there.
The tackle.
So the Dolphins get 7 on 3rd and 7, and here they go with the 1st and 10. Opening drive with the fake to H.N. Down the seam they go. And 2nd down 10. It's H.N. devoured as he went to the line. Yeah, but he gets going. Watch out. 3rd and 8. Another 3rd and long. Here they come. Lassiter can't get him. 2 on the fly, chased by Hunter, out of bounds. Hunter is still the long snapper. Ferguson is still inactive. Deep back is Tank Dell, drifting back inside the 6. Zigzags, and then hit hard. First possession. And the first snap taken by Stroud. Good time. It's outside to Mixon, has the 1st down. The first time they touched the ball, and here they are, 1st and 10. Mixon with the block by Schultz.
Try and force him to hit checkdowns. We saw early on he did hit the checkdown.
This is an end around, and it goes to Dell. Makes a couple miss, including Holland, and deadly pair. 1st and 10. Mixon the back. Blocked by Tunsil. Look at the time, and the throw, and it's caught. Houston. 1st and 10, quickly out to Woods, looking for a block, and Chaseman finds a fumble on the play, recover ball. They stay at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the ball gets punched out. Looks like Kohu right there getting the ball out, and then nobody can find it.
A run of 13. Woods, moments ago, a catch of 12. 2nd down and 10. Stroud, he's got him. On the side, that's Nico Collins. Stroud is 4 of 4. To the air. Got him! Out of bounds. This will be a 44-yard try to take the first score of the game. And he gets it.
Drive, what a great job of play calling and game planning, and there's going to have to be some adjustments by the Dolphins defensively.
It's Malik Washington, Fairbairn, who just had that field goal with the kickoff, and he runs into his own blocker, and ahead he goes. Oh, that ball may be loose.
The return, holding. Receiving team number 41.
San Francisco staff a couple years ago. 2nd possession for the Fins. Offside, they jump right there. And 5 now with the penalty in tow. H.N. in goal to block, and he dives and
anticipating it. They could have put in that request to Tua.
2nd down 3, looking for Hill. It's incomplete. Tua to the air. Here comes the pressure. There goes the throw, and it's
on 3rd down.
2nd straight punt and 2 possessions for the Dolphins. Dell backpedaling to the 16. Hang time, 5-2-9, a beauty. Oh, there he goes. Accelerating, then Bell gets in a row. And that means he's catching and running the ball. And here up the middle comes Sealer. And on 1st and 10, Stroud looking, throwing. Yard rushing game, the last game 2 weeks ago at Jacksonville. 2nd down and 10 for Stroud. Underneath, he is in as the running back. Mixon is out, 3rd and 3. Here they come up the middle with Campbell. He got him! In the NFL in sacks, only Atlanta has fewer. And that sack by Sealer, his 3rd in 2 games, forces this punt, which is by an interior defensive lineman. He is doing it all. A Pro Bowl season. H.N. 1st and 10. Wrapped up.
Very much felt out here.
Yeah, you can tell so far. Holding their own, 2nd down, 8 up the middle. They come with the backpedalings.
In terms of making that connection for the 1st down.
It's 1st and 10, H.N. He slipped by 1. That was 2nd down and 1. It's H.N. Eichenberg with the block. He's got a Smythe in motion. And burrowing in H.N. to O is going to
look at Tom DeVailoa, who's only got 4 completions for just 24 yards.
2nd and 5. Jones the block. H.N. He gets a block there from Hill.
There were fouls by both teams after the play. Personal foul, defense number 93. Personal foul, offense number 76.
Great play design.
Most of the back, 1st and 10. Out of the backfield it goes to Achan.
Another plays by the Dolphins.
Zeros on the clock. Quarter has come to a close. We've got a 44-yard Houston Texans field goal, and that's it. Dolphins, Texans on CBS. Field goal by Fairbairn. But here comes Tua Tagovailoa. 2nd down 5, first play, 2nd quarter. Mostert getting the 7 yards right there. Paul the block. Underneath they go.
Before the bye week is a 3-game suspension.
2nd and 5, plugged up it in 7. Drive started back at the 18. Paul the block. Tua on the move. And flag thrown. Crack. Jam the back. 10 touches already. 3rd and 17. They need the 20. Achan. And from behind, brought down by Hunter. This is a 55-yarder to tie it. Indoors. Trills it.
And that's against Baltimore right now. That's playing out.
Mixon 1st and 10. Wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. With a noticeable limp being looked at. Pierce is the new running back. 2nd and 12. Low throw. Grab me.
And I think that is a hip drop tackle when you take a look at it.
3rd and 15. Gene, we thank you. There's the pressure. There's the throw.
Well, the penalty was not called. Now, maybe something he'll be fined for after the game, but there are 3 elements, and all 3 elements were there.
Tommy Towns in the punt. Here comes Washington. We had that terrific return.
Get there at 9-8, but I think when you look at the big picture of it all and who's ahead of them, they have to win this.
1st and 10 Tua for Hill.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 97.
You're going to see Edwards working against Eichenberg right up the middle.
Mostert the back. 1st and 10, Mostert with an in-goal block.
A good sign. It appears he's going to try and return.
2nd down 5, Mel, we thank you, and incomplete for 1.
As Gene pointed out, the weight landing on the back of his legs.
3rd and 5, messy pocket, look out! Anderson knocked it away. That ball is alive! And it's recovered by Settle. Fumble by Tua.
Watch the pressure coming up the middle. And then Anderson around to the outside gets the hit. It actually was Autry against Eichenberg up the middle, getting that initial pocket push. And then Anderson coming from behind, getting the sack fumble, forced fumble, giving the Texans great field position.
Mixon is in. 1st and 10. Fake to him. C.J. Stroud. And grab. Mixon in and the call. The cut. Got by Bell. With a 2nd down and 4, Mixon. Blocked by Mason, stumbling down. Ogunbowale is the running back. 3rd down and 4. Blocked by Tunsil on Ogba. Stroud, end zone, touchdown. Collins yards.
Great job by Collins working the back line, keeping alive, understanding that Stroud was just working the pocket. He kept himself open. I think Stroud initially missed Ogunbowale underneath. If he had hit him on the check down, it would have been a walk-in because of the depth.
7 of them have come from week 6 to today.
Texans defense is #1 in the NFL in lowest completion percentage allowed.
Fake to Achan, 1st and 10. Outside they go, Washington. Oh, they used him in a full bounds. Hill in motion, 1st and 10. Paul the block. And they go underneath, 42.
From a playoff standpoint, they're putting themselves right in the mix.
After the gain of 8 by Smith, 2nd down 2, and Achan dives. And taking his place, Grant Dubose, 1st and 10. Tua to the air, and outside he goes for the aforementioned Dubose.
Has been with short throws with yards after catch.
2nd 11, Jonnu Smith, blocked by Smythe and tackled by Togia.
I think this will be on the defense going
Personal
low.
foul, illegal low block, defense number 23.
Watch Murray, 23.
that far. He didn't even know what's going on down there. 1st and 10 pitch out Achane. Blocked by many. And finally, Mostert in. You just saw C.J. Stroud threw a touchdown pass last time. 2nd and 4. Pitch out Achane. Blocked by Carmen Jackson. And then it was down there. As Jackson Carmen was leading.
Offense number 10. 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
Going to go up on the block here, and then watch. He gets the body turn, and then he goes to throw.
Achane the back. Tua. Oh, broken up. Beautiful.
Because there's what looks like a safety in the middle of the field, and because he's in between the hashes, it gives that appearance. But he doesn't understand that the backside safety drops off.
Receptions in the NFL this year. 3rd and 10. Tagovailoa underneath. Achane grabs it with a fumble. It's loose. Looked like Miami had got short of the 1st down, but they are in the red zone now at the 18.
Well, great job by Achane, but then the punch out. Toe, and then
the AFC Special Team Player of the Month in November. To put 3 more on the board, and he does it with ease. And it could capture the division for a 2nd consecutive time. 1st and 10 for Stroud. Mason the block. Underneath they go. Dalton Schultz, the former.
You could get a double score here if you time it up right.
2nd down and 1. Pierce the back. Underneath, and they dropped it. Incomplete, as you just heard. Stroud through the air, 9 of 13. It's a drop for the game. Active today. Tight end for the Texans on the 3rd and 1. With the block by Fisher. And underneath they go. And that's
mixing things up. He brings blitz off the backside slot. Not able to get there in time of the ball.
Look at that. It's loose. It's alive. And it's picked up on the play. Brooks has got it. Mechie tries to bring him down. And then Shaq Mason falls on him.
And C.J. Stroud's not ready for it. He's looking out to his right. It hits him right in the chest. But he's not anticipating it. And then it's his hot potato at that point. Then it's like whoever can come up with it. The Dolphins are the one to get the recovery.
And Miami, as Trent just said, 3 timeouts, 2 into the air. There's a flag thrown in the block.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
Eichenberg trying to work against Settle, and that is not an easy chore.
No, and
being 82 yards. 1st and 20. They pressure the pocket with Anderson and Settle, and they dump it off the hill with a little shake and bake. And
somebody had a hand in his face. Oh, they're saying deep.
But in field goal range. 1st and 10. Achane through.
Short game against Baltimore on Christmas Day on Wednesday.
2nd and 6. Eichenberg a block, and it's picked off on the play. Crab right there by Bullock. He is flying. I don't know if they're going to get him. Here comes Achane. There goes Bullock to the 5. Huge defensive play.
Tua just doesn't see him. I mean, there's no way he could have seen him. He must have seen the safeties dropping back, but he didn't see the robber in the middle of the field. It's the same coverage that happened just before that didn't get intercepted, that they had dropped. Bullock had an opportunity to pick earlier Jonnu Smith on the previous series.
This 4 passes and now a goal to go just before the half. 2 timeouts. C.J. Stroud, here comes the pressure. Chased by Ogba, chased by Campbell.
Then up top, but he's matched one-on-one with Ramsey.
Stroud, what a catch. 3rd and goal. Just about lassoed it, but could not hold on. Head into the locker room. And they get it. 20. Welcome back to Houston. Time for bold plays. The first half presented by Mountain Dew.
First, it's a sack fumble that puts them in position to get the touchdown. Nico Collins in the back. And then right before the half, the interception of Tua Tagovailoa that gets them in position for the field goal to make it a 7-point game at halftime.
Well, we began today. And Sanders, who has already booted a 55-yard field goal today, puts it out through the air, 10 of 15 with a touchdown pass, and Mixon with the block by the
Weaver. Used to play for the Texans, but now the defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins.
Here goes Stroud on the move. Second
accountability, or it could be a pass protection thing when Tua got sacked with a fumble. Maybe there was supposed to be somebody over there helping.
They get him here. Chop Robinson, no, can't bring a throw under duress, and he got it away with Robinson right around him.
Well, I can't tell you how incredible going down. You have the arm strength and the core strength to be able to put some juice on that ball, and then Dell coming up with the completion.
He's got Nick. Second down and 3. First possession of the second half, and Stroud to the air. Income 2. Here comes Robinson, but he fell. And Stroud, oh, he's got him! Incomplete.
But it's an improv play. Mechie's on a drag route. He's working from left to right. And then right there would have been a big connection, if not a touchdown.
It's a fake. Townsend was going to punt. Ogunbowale, look at Dory fly. What a call inside the 10.
Direct snap that they handed off.
Early on the field is a fumble recovered by Miami.
Let's see if the ball comes out.
Elbow.
Oh, his elbow's down, and he's still got possession of the ball.
And then it comes out. And
Then it
they'll
comes
review
out,
it.
so
After review, the runner was down by contact. It'll be first down for Houston.
So now they're giving it back to the Texans.
After the play was over, personal foul, Miami number 22. That penalty's going to be enforced half the distance to the goal line. First down.
Play for Houston.
It's going right here, running this way, handoff this way. So the misdirection. Ogunbowale gets it down there. He's down before the ball comes loose. You'll see Campbell 22 afterwards is.
Nix in the back. First and goal. Schultz on the move. Injured earlier. Offers a block with Smith. And then Fuller cracks. This season for Houston. Second and goal. Stroud. There's a block by the wide receiver Woods. Caught by Collins. Touchdown, Houston.
The third progression in this route. He's on the backside. He's working the back line of the end zone. He recognizes that Stroud. See how he works back to that front pylon? That's part of a scramble drill. You have someone go to the back pylon. You have someone come to the front pylon. Great execution by Collins. It looks like that foot is inbounds.
Second time today, Stroud has bought time and found Collins for a touchdown. Pass. When Miami thought they had stopped him. And the ensuing kickoff. It'll be returnable. Washington from the 5. And first and 10. Tagovailoa. Washington. We just flipped up his numbers, and there he goes off to the races with a foot injury. Mostert the back. First and 10. Raheem Mostert. And from the tight end, Smith in the backfield to a second and 9. And the dart and grabbed after a hard hit by Dubose with flags. Replay from a distance. And the hit clearly significant by Bullock. And the flag was thrown, the penalty assessed. The delay was 12.5 minutes. Tua to the air, Jonnu Smith. And he's got a nest of defenders over there.
Type of game for the Dolphins.
Wright was the back. Second and 7. Time for Tua. And underneath they go right here.
7 catches and 99 yards a game. So they've taken those 2 out of the game completely.
First and 10. Paul the block. Here they come up the middle with Barnett. And out of second down and 10. It's Achane.
Bodies left for the Dolphins offensively.
Again, when we get the update on Grant Dubose, we'll try to pass that on. Third down and 6. Messy pocket being chased. Flag thrown. Dumps it off. Mostert shy of the first. And Kemp.
Holding. Offense number 76.
See 76 on the outside here. He gets that hand up around the neck of Anderson all day.
So River Craycraft is in as an extra receiver. 3rd and 16 for Tagovailoa. And he's got the receiver. Receptions 2. And here's a 1st and 10 handoff. Hill, the tight end in motion. Up the middle they come. It's grabbed by Smith. 3rd down, 9, 5 wide. Tua underneath. Caught. And
Personal foul, face mask, offense number 85. Penalties decline, fourth down.
We're at a first down. Try and get some points on the board to make an 11-point game.
Sanders, 30-yard try, flag, and he got it.
Do you take the points
Well,
off the board?
that's
That's the thing.
Offside. Defense number 29 was lined up in the neutral zone.
So fourth.
Tua. Good time. End zone. Caught. Smith. Touchdown. What a throw. Now on
Well, the
fourth and
quarterback
2.
had the ball in the pocket. Illegal contact. Defense number 4
It'll
is
count.
declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
And what a throw. And what a catch. About the only place he could have put it.
The only place, and here's the thing, it's an improv play. Jonnu Smith is supposed to be working from right to left. So it all goes back to the protection, and that allowed Smith to redirect on the back line and get open.
Extra point. No good. He missed again. That pass drive, 7 of 8. Mixon the fake. First and 10 for Stroud. Tunsil the block. Mixon underneath. Today, 109 yards and 2 touchdowns. There's a 2nd and 6 and
Our games this season.
Agunbawali was on that punt fake. Is back there. 3rd and 2. He'll release. Stroud pressured, chased, brought down. Chop Robinson.
Effort and not giving up on the play.
That's his 4th sack, and since week 10, number 1 in the NFL in pressures, and what he's done on win percentage. From the 10, Malik Washington keeps on his feet with the 1st and 10 after the punt. Their own 27. Mostert, no, that with the run is Jalen. 2nd and 7. Fake to Mostert. Here comes Hunter. But you're right, Trent. 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Not good. Can they change the tide here? Mostert will dig.
And look up here before the end of the quarter.
1st and 10. Tunga Vailoa. Up the middle he goes. That's Smythe, the tight end. And the 45 moving well.
This is the end of the third quarter.
A lot of moving parts to this one. A month remains in the regular season.
Hospital here in Houston, and our thoughts and our prayers are certainly with Grant DuBose and his family, Kev.
Well said. We start the 4th quarter. 2nd and 2. Mostert and block. 3rd and 2. Mostert is the back. Tua caught.
The Texans defense has been playing.
1st and 10. Pitch out Mostert. Block Ingold. With a TD pass. 2nd down, 8. The fake pitch. Buys some time. Mostert outside. Ingold.
There is no foul on the play. 3rd down.
And on the pass. Incomplete. Washington
Next up on him.
And he goes outside. Caught by Jonnu Smith. He's got the 1st down. Pinballing his way.
Makes an accurate throw to Jonnu Smith, and then what a great individual effort by Smith to be able to.
Achan and Smith in the backfield. 1st and 10. Smith again looking for blocking and submarining there. Tackle. Tunga Vailoa. And Washington.
Taking advantage of those opportunities. Leading receiver right now with 5 receptions on the day.
3rd and 5. Tua going deep. Oh, it's picked off. Stingley got it. Another interception. Vailoa. Now 18 for the season for the Texans in a 1st and 10 after the pick. Blitz is on. Outside they go. Mixon.
With middle of the field closed, he has no help. Stingley has no help over the top. So the fact that he sits on this route and undercuts it, I talked earlier in the 1st quarter.
Yes, I remember that.
I said you can do the top. So that time there, Stingley jumped the route knowing he didn't have help.
Stingley with his 4th interception of the season. 10th of his career. Busted play, we think, with Stroud. Slame Mixon the back. 2 tight ends. Joe Mixon cuts, drives. Good time. But look at Tunsil just holding off the block of Ogba. And then it goes to Schultz. Flag thrown. There was the flag.
Then the flag
I
goes
shouldn't
in.
have said anything, right?
That's number 57. 10-yard.
5. Fisher a block there. Stroud. Nice diving. Third down 2. Agunbowale the back. Underneath, Schultz. They cannot afford to lose. 1st and 10, Mixon. Blocked by Schultz, cut it. 2nd down and 9. Out of the backfield, it's Mixon. Initially, the timeout situation you see. 2 for the Finns, 3 for the Texans. Here comes the blitz. They got Poyer chasing him. And downfield, incomplete. First and score game, 4.5 to go. And here comes the punt by Tommy Townsend, who has had a very good season. And he leads the league in Josh Allen and the Bills, Jared Goff and the Lions. Now that's a CBS Sports Sunday and also team. HM the back, Ingold on the move. Tua, here they come. He's grabbed by Hunter. Swung down. Blocked by Paul. It's off to Smith, and he can't hold. Craycraft. Drill.
Still got the 2-minute warning and 1 timeout. Try and get the ball back.
Bailey the punt. Dell is back. And backpedaling to the 24. Hang of 4-8. He got by the first wave. He dances his way, and it's 1st and 10. With an 8-point lead. And Joe Mixon wrapped up right off the bat. 2nd down, 12. Pitch out, Mixon. Blocked by Schultz. 8-point lead, 2-minute warning. They're coming hard. Here comes Robinson. Down he goes. The punting unit will come out there for the Texans. And Miami will have a land.
And knowing what they had to do, by them having the time out there, they were able to get it done. And not much of a variation on time there.
We're going to let this bounce so that Washington can't return it, and they down about the 23. Washington win a 2nd consecutive AFC South title. Miami needs to win and get help. Here's a long pass, looking for Hill, and it's picked off. It's intercepted. Stingley's done it again. Stingley has done it again. Hill had it, and then he just took it away.
That was the right place to go with the football. You've got Tyreek one-on-one in man coverage. It was underthrown a little bit. Tyreek tried coming back to get it. He has his hands on it. But Stingley has that right arm in between Hill's 2 arms and is able to rip the ball out as he's going to the ground.
And that seals the Houston win to make it a goal to go. And then they took a 20-6 lead on the subsequent touchdowns.
And the 10 points off of turnovers is the
Texans get their 9th win. And they defeat the Miami Dolphins by 8. For Trent Green, Melanie Collins, and Gene Steratore, this is Kevin Harlan saying good afternoon from Houston. Now let's go to James Brown for the NFL Today update. It is delivered by Little Caesars.
And we take you to Kansas City.